Today I'm going to show you how to route your lead forms for an Engine 6 website. There's two different ways to route lead forms in Engine 6. There's a simple way and an advanced way for more complex lead routing. So let's start with the simple way. Double click into the form. And that's going to bring up your form configuration options. If I go into the routing tab, this is where I can add recipients. So here I can just say add a recipient, email at dealership.com, and you can choose between plain HTML or ADF XML. This would be what you would use for a CRM email address. This is what you'd use if you wanted to send it to a personal email account. You'll often already see existing recipients. Those are going to be the ones that are set up in the advanced lead routing. Now note here for these quick adds, you can add multiple. So I can add different people to receive the same form. And if somebody leaves the dealership or they change roles, whatever, you can delete those recipients here. Now, sometimes if you have, say, lots of different custom landing pages, all of those pages have a contact form, generally, right? You're trying to get a lot of leads. It could be a huge pain to go to each form and remove or add or edit a recipient from each one of those forms. So we make it really easy in Engine 6. The first thing you do is just look at the info tab and you can see, oh, this exact quick contact form exists on these 3 pages. And sometimes there can be a lot, right? And I added this email address for this particular form. So when I'm done with that and I hit apply and exit, I'll get this prompt. And this says, hey, you made a change. This form exists on multiple pages. Do you want to update those forms across all pages? That would be update existing template. Or do you want the changes you just made to only impact this page, this form, and have those changes be unique to the page we're looking at right now? That would be save as new template. If you do that, the only thing you got to do is come up with a unique name for this particular form so that you can discern it in your form module gallery between the existing one that exists on the other pages. So we'll say for our purposes we want to update the existing template, and that's going to apply the lead routing changes to all forms that exist across any page like we saw on the info tab. So I'll hit apply and I can publish those changes. So that's the easiest way to edit lead routing recipients directly from the back end. It allows you to just, if you see a form on your site and you say, hey, I want to add a lead routing recipient to that form, just find the page from your site navigation here and double click the form, do what you got to do. Now, advanced lead routing. This is what allows us to do some pretty cool stuff. Let's go into advanced lead routing by coming in here and saying leads routing. So when you first land on the page, you will see what we call the default route. This is the catch-all, right? That all forms will be routed to. So you can click on this and see the options that are available here. Generally, you're just going to have your CRM email address routing in ADF XML as your default route. But you might have a sales manager or a BDC group email that you would want to add and receive a copy of all lead forms that come from the site. Easy. Just say add BDC group email at whatever.com, and we'll have that send in plain HTML because that's just a regular email inbox. Now, the other thing I want you to notice about this default route is the behavior toggle. There's 2 options. The first is only send to these emails if no other rules apply to a form. We'll see how you set up separate rules in a second. Or probably the safest bet is to set this up as a way to ensure that no matter what, these emails are always going to get a copy of the lead transmission, even if we have additional routes set up for other forms. So again, this option makes it a catch-all. So if other rules don't apply, send it to this. This says always send a copy to these email addresses, even if we're sending copies to other routes. So now that we've done that, I'll save my changes and I'll go back to my routes list. And from here, I can create a new route. And this is pretty cool and has some unique use cases. The first thing we'll do is name the lead route name. We'll call it model specialist route. And this will be applied to just specified forms. We'll do the ePrice pop-up and schedule test drive. These are vehicle-specific forms, and the reason I want those is I want to send questions about low internet price and test drive requests for certain models to certain people. So here's how we do that. I type Joe as the recipient for these, special models. And here I can add filters. So I'm going to say I want the vehicle models. Joe is he's my 124 spider guy. Okay. So I've got these spiders on my site. And if somebody requests an ePrice or schedules a test drive for a spider, I want Joe to be the one receiving those leads. So I have this set up to filter those leads by model that equal that, and you can select multiple. Doesn't have to just be one model. This is common for high-end dealerships, luxury stores. You have specialists. You got a Ferrari guy. You've got a Tesla gal. Whatever. You want a specialist to be able to receive those incoming leads and talk the same language as the enthusiasts on those particular models. I create that route, and from here, I'm pretty much done.